You may think that humanity has explored the entirety of Earth, or knows everything about the universe, and if you believe that, then you are wrong. Humanity knows nothing when it comes to life. We haven't even explored the entirety of the ocean. There are very strange creatures roaming on Earth, bizarre, horrific, and most of all, hostile. And there's one organization that exists to keep them at bay, the SCP Foundation, a foundation created to contain the most dangerous creatures, objects, and locations to roam on our world. And the Doomslayer, the Bane of Hell. My name is Midnight, and I'm going to analyze the Doomslayer and the SCP Foundation completely, and see if the Doomslayer could survive inside the SCP Foundation universe. Let's go! Follow me on Twitter, please! Okay, Spartans, before I start this video, there are a lot of SCPs in the SCP Foundation universe. There are this much SCPs in the universe. There are a lot, and I don't have the time to talk about them in this video, so I just took the most dangerous and overpowered SCPs in the SCP Foundation universe and put them into this video to put them against the Doomslayer. Because SCPs are not just creatures in the SCP Foundation universe. SCPs can be creatures, locations, objects, etc. For example, there's an SCP that is basically like a machine that turns objects into a different object. There's an SCP that is basically a cave that teletransports a human that enters the cave into another reality. Like, SCPs are not just creatures. SCPs are basically everything that exists in this reality. And so, with that being said, let's begin this amazing video. So, could the Doomslayer survive in the SCP Foundation universe? As I said before, I only chose the most powerful and dangerous SCPs to put them in this video. So let's pair up the first SCP with the Doomslayer. Let's pair up SCP-610 with the Doomslayer. So, could the Doomslayer survive an encounter with SCP-610? SCP-610 is a bacteria that infects any sentient life, humans, animals, and everything that is basically alive. In quotes, SCP-610 appears to be a contagious skin disease, at first with symptoms including rash, itching, and increased skin sensitivity. Within 3 hours, the disease will cause blemishes resembling heavy scar tissue to form into the chest and the arm areas. In parentheses, for an obvious reason, I cannot show the images of SCP-610 in this video because I will get demonetized, so every SCP image is going to be linked down in the description box, consuming the victim completely within 5 hours. The flesh of that human or animal is going to deteriorate to the point when you cannot actually distinguish that human or animal anymore. If a human has direct contact with SCP-610, it will automatically be infected, and thus he will die 5 hours later. But that just happens if the human has direct contact, skin to skin, with the parasite itself. The Doomslayer has the Predator suit, which covers every single part of his body, so even though the Doomslayer has direct contact with SCP-610, SCP-610 will not be able to infect the Doomslayer because his skin is not exposed for the bacteria to infect his body. Now let's move on to an area where Doomslayer is very familiarized, SCP-169. Basically, SCP-169 is a Leviathan of the Earth. Let's read its description. SCP-169 is submersed to be a marine arthropod of enormous size, known as the, in quotes, Leviathan. SCP-169's body length is to be between 2,000 and 8,000 kilometers. So this dude is gigantic. He's basically the size of a continent. Well, not the size of a continent, but he's basically the size of half of America. And so, could the Doomslayer survive an, in quotes, battle or encounter against SCP-169? As you guys already know, the Doomslayer fought a titan of immense strength in Hell in Doom 2016. But this titan is nowhere near the size of SCP-169. SCP-169 is huge in size. It's way bigger than the Doomslayer. It is basically 1 million times bigger than the Doomslayer. So because of that size, SCP-169 will not be able to notice when the Doomslayer gets inside it and starts crawling all the way into its heart or its brain. Basically, the Doomslayer is a parasite or a bacteria getting inside a body, a Leviathan's body. So yes, the Doomslayer can survive SCP-169, in quotes, the Leviathan. So now, let's talk about SCP-106. In quotes, SCP-106 SCP-106 appears to be an elderly humanoid with a general appearance of advanced decomposition. SCP-106 is capable of passing through solid matter, leaving behind a large patch of its corrosive mucus. SCP-106 is able to, in quotes, vanish inside solid matter, entering what is assumed to be a form of, in quotes, pocket dimension. SCP-106 is then able to exit this dimension from any point connected to the initial entry point. It is unknown if this is the point of origin of SCP-106 or a simple layer created by SCP-106. Basically, SCP-106 is able to phase through every solid object. When SCP-106 has you in its sights, it will phase through every single object, and when it reaches you, it will send you into his pocket dimension. His pocket dimension is full of traps, but there is a way to escape it. As in the game SCP Containment Breach, you can able to actually escape the pocket dimension of SCP-106. For some unknown reason, SCP-106 only wants to devour, in quotes, devour humans within the age of 10 to 25 years old. And so the Doomslayer is millions years old, so I don't know if SCP-106 will want to do anything with the Doomslayer. Also, every time SCP-106 phases through an object, it will leave a corrosive mucus, but in and on itself, that corrosive mucus is nothing against the Predator suit of the Doomslayer, because as we already know, the Predator suit is able to withstand temperatures 174 times the temperatures of the sun. SCP-049 is a humanoid entity, roughly 1.9 meters in height, which bears the appearance of a medieval plague doctor. SCP-049 is capable of speech in a variety of languages, though tends to prefer English or medieval French. While SCP-049 is generally cordial and cooperative with the Foundation staff, it can become especially irritated or at times outright aggressive if it feels that it is in the presence of what it calls the pestilence. Although the exact nature of this pestilence is currently unknown to the Foundation researchers, it does seem to be an issue of immense concern to SCP-049. SCP-049 will become hostile with individuals it sees as being affected by the pestilence. Basically, what does this mean is that if SCP-049 thinks you have the pestilence, he will kill you and try to take the pestilence out of your body. But every time SCP-049 kills a subject, he knows that the pestilence is not there, so he revives that body, but it doesn't regain his consciousness. That body is basically a zombie. So what does SCP-049 is? It is basically a doctor that kills guys that he thinks have the pestilence and convert them into zombies. The reason why SCP-049 is so dangerous and so goddamn scary is because upon direct contact, skin with SCP-049, you will die immediately. But as I said before, the Doomslayer has the Predator suit, so he will never ever have direct contact with SCP-049. Basically, the Predator suit is saving the Doomslayer with all of these SCP's encounters. But let's give some power to the SCPs. Let's put Thanos against SCP-049. If Thanos ever touches with his skin SCP-049, Thanos will die immediately. It doesn't matter if he has the Infinity Stones, he will die immediately. Okay, we are reaching OG SCP's areas. SCP-457, basically Flame Boy. SCP-457 appears to be a sentient being composed of flame. SCP-457's actual composition is unknown and has proven to be invisible and undetectable by any known means, but it is shaped out by the flames it produces, often assuming a human-like form if given sufficient fuel to assume that size. The original size of SCP-457 is a little flame, but if you give fuel to that flame, it will take the form of a human. And if you give more fuel to SCP-457, it will become more intelligent and way bigger. But as you guessed, his only weakness is water. Basically, the only thing you need to do to contain SCP-457 is throw water at him or a fire extinguisher. And it doesn't matter if SCP-457 stays as a flame boy forever, the Doomslayer can resist flames. He can resist the power of the goddamn sun. So SCP-457, rest in peace, baby. Okay, let's get inside. Original, everyone knows about this SCP territory. SCP-096, or the Shy Guy SCP. You can find it in Gmod. SCP-096 is a humanoid creature measuring approximately 2.38 meters in height. The arms are grossly out of proportion with the rest of the subject's body, with an approximate length of 1.9 meters each. Skin is mostly devoid of pigmentation, with no sign of any body hair. So okay, SCP-096 is normally a cool guy, he's normally extremely docile. However, when someone views SCP-096's face, whether it be directly, via video recording, or even a photograph, it will enter a stage of emotional distress. It will stay on that stage for about 1 or 2 minutes, and after that, it will begin his hunt. It doesn't matter if the subject that watched the face of SCP is in Russia and SCP-096 is in America. SCP-096 will find a way to go into Russia and kill that subject. Nothing can stop SCP-096 when someone has to watch his face. Basically, when SCP-096 goes in a rampage, nothing can stop that creature. It was shot by an anti-tank rocket launcher, lost all of its organs, and it didn't even flinch a bit. It was shot thousands of times by a 50 cal light machine gun, and it didn't even flinch. Nothing can stop SCP-096 when it goes in a rampage, and apparently no material is able to withstand the power of SCP-096. It can tank through every material, it can destroy every material in Earth. So, can the Doomslayer survive an encounter with SCP-096? Well, first of all, the Doomslayer doesn't know anything about SCP-096, so obviously he will watch it in the face and make SCP-096 to lose its mind. But can the Doomslayer survive being ripped and teared by SCP-096? The Predator suit is able to withstand the surface of the sun times 174. Is able to withstand explosions made by the sun. Is able to withstand surges of electrical power made by lightning. And when the UAC found the Predator suit, they weren't able to damage the Predator suit by any conventional means. Lasers, rocket launchers, 50 cal bullets, etc. When the UAC found the Predator suit, it was the year 2121 or something like that. It was in the 22nd century, so they must have very powerful weaponry, but still they weren't able to damage the Predator suit. And so, in my honest opinion, it's not because I love Doom or the Doomslayer. I cannot see SCP-096, a being that is sentient, a being that is not human but it is a living being. I cannot see it ripping apart an arm of a Doomslayer or ripping apart the Doomslayer itself. But I cannot see the Doomslayer defeating SCP-096 either. So it will be basically an endless battle of ripping and tearing. Another OG SCP, SCP-173. This is basically the antagonist of SCP Containment Breach. SCP-173 is animate and extremely hostile. SCP-173 cannot move while someone is watching it. But if you ever blink in front of SCP-173, you will die instantly because it will break your neck. How? No one knows, but every time someone is in front of SCP-173 and that someone blinks, he dies instantly, and SCP-173 teleports at the back of that subject. So if you blink in front of SCP-173, you will die instantly because it will teleport behind you, nothing personal kid, and it will snap your neck. So, could the Doomslayer survive an encounter with SCP-173? In my honest opinion, yes, he would. And you guessed it, the reason why is because of the Predator suit, but honestly, I can see the Doomslayer surviving SCP-173 even if he didn't have the Predator suit. Because first of all, the Doomslayer is being protected by an Argent barrier, and second of all, the Doomslayer was buffed by the Seraphim, which gave him immense speed, strength, and stamina. The Doomslayer is strong as hell. His muscles are pure steel, and the Doomslayer is able to survive being punched, kicked, or smashed by Barons of Hell, Hell Knights, etc., which have very big immense strength. And I don't know, in my honest opinion, Doomslayer can survive SCP-173 even without the Predator suit. But I want to know your opinion. Could he do it, yes or no? Now, SCP-343. Basically, whoever wrote SCP-343, that dude is a very comical individual. SCP-343, colloquially nicknamed the God by the staff here, looks like an older man, although his features are different to each observer. So basically, each individual perceives SCP-343 differently. In quotes, in my first talk with him, he claimed outright to be the creator of the universe. When I asked him to prove this, he laughed, walked through the wall of the chamber, and returned seconds later with a hamburger in his hand. SCP-343 is not hostile against humans, actually he loves humans. So if he ever went into a fight with a Doomslayer or an encounter with a Doomslayer, they wouldn't fight, honestly. The only reason why I got SCP-343 in this video is because, well, he is the creator of the universe. So if he wanted, the Doomslayer can outright disappear. Talking about disappearings, SCP-239. SCP-239 is basically an 8-year-old girl, which basically whatever she wishes, it will become a reality. If she wishes for an Xbox One X, she will get an Xbox One X. If she wishes to disappear Cancer, Cancer will disappear. If she wishes to disappear the Doomslayer will disappear. But actually in her lore this happened. She wished for someone to disappear, but then later she felt bad because that someone was basically written off of existence and she wished that person back. So she's not actually hostile. She is just a little girl that doesn't know how to use her powers very well. Honestly, SCP-239 could wish the Doomslayer out of existence, but because she is not hostile, she will not do it. If the Doomslayer ever encounters SCP-239, well, the Doomslayer only hates demonkind, so he wouldn't try to kill or harm SCP-239, and so because she is a girl, she is innocent, she wouldn't try to do the same thing. Last but not least, SCP-682. Basically, this SCP is able to tank every single attack. His sole reason in life is to endure. Its abilities is that SCP-682 is able to endure every single attack. At one point, its body was 87% destroyed and it was still able to talk, move, and pretty much live like nothing is happening. Basically, SCP-682 is going to be the last living being to ever die in the planet, because nothing can kill this creature. Rocket launchers, machine guns, lasers, nothing can kill this creature. Its only reason in life is to endure, and this creature absolutely hates humankind. So if the Doomslayer ever gets into an encounter or a fight with SCP-682, SCP-682 will go into a rampage and try to kill the Doomslayer because he is human, he is humanoid, he is from humankind. But it will basically be like the fight with SCP-096. It will be an endless battle, it will never ever truly be over, because SCP-682 can endure every single attack, and the Doomslayer can endure every single attack because of the Argent Barrier, because he has been buffed by a Seraphim, and because he has the Praetor suit. So yes, the Doomslayer can survive an encounter with SCP-682. So now let's talk about the last SCP for this video. I have another one, but I want to make that one as a versus video on my channel. Last SCP, SCP-001, nicknamed the Gate Guardian. What is SCP-001? Well, by my understanding, it is basically an angel guarding the Garden of Eden. SCP-001 cannot be actually contained, because if someone ever gets inside its 1,000 kilometer radius, SCP-001 will immediately annihilate that person, or will give him one choice: either live or either die or forget. In quotes, human beings exposed to SCP-001 report hearing a voice in their heads, giving them a direct order which the subject reports cannot be disobeyed. The most common directive order is, in quotes, forget, which results in the subject walking away from SCP-001 with no memory of having encountered it. On rare occasions, however, other directive orders have been given. The most famous ones of this is the one given to the founder, in quotes, prepare. The reason why the SCP Foundation exists is because SCP-001. The Gate Guardian only has a weapon, possibly a sword or a knife, nobody knows, but it has the shape of a sword or a knife, and that sword or knife emits the temperature of the sun. And so what happens if the Doomslayer ever walks inside or the 1000-kilometer radius of the Gate Guardian? Well, the Gate Guardian is going to attack the Doomslayer because, well, he is entering that goddamn radius, but he is going to attack him with that sword that has the power or the temperature of the sun. And as I said before, the Doomslayer can withstand 174 times the surface of the sun in explosion mode. So it doesn't matter how many times the Gate Guardian strikes the Doomslayer with its sword, the Doomslayer will be like walking in the park, only tanking all of the punches. So yes, the Doomslayer can survive the Gate Guardian, all because of the Praetor suit. If the Doomslayer doesn't have the Praetor suit, he will be dead in a matter of seconds, basically. But okay, the last SCP I wanted to talk about was SCP-076, or Abel, because Abel is basically Doomslayer with swords. But I wanted to take this subject into another video format, and that is my Versus series. So in my next video I'm going to talk about the Doomslayer versus Abel, or SCP-076. So now, could the Doomslayer survive the SCP Foundation universe? My answer is a yes and a no. It depends on who the Doomslayer is fighting. Against SCP-096 or SCP-682, it will be an endless battle because neither of them can truly die. SCP-096 is basically SCP-682, but without really hating humanity. There's thousands of SCPs in the SCP Foundation universe, counting creatures, locations, and objects. Even though there are a lot of very powerful and dangerous SCPs in the SCP Foundation universe, most of them cannot actually kill the Doomslayer. And it is actually laughable because the SCPs that are actually harmless, like SCP-239 and SCP-343, which are basically omnipotent, are the only ones that can truly defeat the Doomslayer, because 239 and 343 can basically wish the Doomslayer out of existence because they are omnipotent. Basically, the only reason why the Doomslayer survives in the SCP Foundation universe against the most powerful SCPs is because he has been buffed by a Seraphim, and because he has the Praetor suit, which cannot be damaged by any conventional means, and because the Praetor suit is basically indestructible. And most of the most dangerous SCPs in the SCP Foundation universe need to touch you directly in your skin to be able to kill you. So, could the Doomslayer survive the SCP Foundation universe? Yes, against the most dangerous beings, but no against the most harmless ones, because they are omnipotent. But it all comes down if those omnipotent SCPs actually want the Doomslayer to cease out of existence. And because SCP-343 is a god that is actually like loves humans, and because SCP-239 is a little girl that is harmless and is not hostile against humans, basically the Doomslayer will have no problem against both of those SCPs because they are harmless, they love humans. One is a little girl and one is God, the creator of the universe, which loves humans. And so, okay guys, I'm sorry for my bad, I'm lazy. If you watched this video until the end, I love you. If you watched this video until the end, subscribe, comment, and like, share, donate it to my Twitch stream. I love you with all of my heart. Please leave a comment down below on which is your favorite SCP in the SCP Foundation universe, and I want to make a little announcement. I'm going to do an experiment in my channel. I'm not going to stream on YouTube for 1 month, and so if you want to watch me stream, please go follow me on Twitch. Twitch link down in the description box, and go follow me on Twitter as well, because I want to stream and I want you guys to watch my streams because we can all interact in my streams because I am live actually talking with you guys. So okay guys, that is all for today. If you guys like the video, slap a like on it. I will greatly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, take care, and I love you very, very much. Thank you for watching guys. I really do appreciate it. Bye bye.